I'm always excited to test out new discs from new brands, but this is a drop that I'm particularly excited to throw. Today, I've got for you guys the Yeet Street Discs Petra. The Petra is a mid-range disc that is produced by Streamline for a company here in North Carolina. They're up in the Raleigh-Durham area. Yeet Street wanted to send me out their brand new disc, the Petra, and they sent me 4 of them. They sent me 2 different plastics. We've got like the non-see-through version and the see-through version, but these see-through ones look absolutely insane. They got this nice like kind of bursty action going on them, and I've thrown them a few times already, and these are, I would say, very similar to a Truth, but maybe a little bit more comfortable in the hand. And that's in that nice Streamline plastic. I would say this run feels better than something like the Echo. My Echo was in a, I believe, like a Proton soft plastic. It was a little too flexy for me. This guy is nice and kind of gummy and grippy, but it's also stiff and doesn't have much give to it. And it just kind of feels like a money run of a disc very similar to the Dynamic Discs Truth. Again, that is just my opinion. So I'm finding them to be pretty straight with a nice, slightly stable finish at the end. They don't really want to dump. They just sort of push through the entire flight and then have a nice kind of, I wouldn't say it's a dump at the end. It just kind of stays on that line the whole way. Let me show you guys how they fly a little bit more flat as well. That was kind of more the hyzer line. So that's a little bit more flat release. So you can see they're definitely on, not the overstable side, but definitely on the more stable side. And I guess I should also show you guys the side profile. It's somewhere between a Buzz and a Truth in my opinion, but I can't speak enough positive vibes on just the plastic quality in general. Anything produced by MVP or Streamline is going to be of the highest quality. And the Petra is no exception. This thing feels incredible, actually. So there's that non-see-through edition. They have 2 different names for the plastic. I'll put them up on the screen. I don't actually know what they are off the top of my mind, but the stamp is cool. It's got like a Roman sort of Spartan looking guy, and it, based on that throw, it appears that this plastic might be a touch straighter, but still relatively stable. Definitely wanting to hold a bit straighter. And they also go really far for a mid-range. And first impression, I like it more than the Echo, and I like it a lot more than the Hex. The Hex is just, even though they're supposed to be kind of glidey and straight just like that, my Hexes were always just a little bit too dumpy for me. But I'm really, truly enjoying the flight of the Petra, and I'm going to go grab them and throw them back. Like I said, I'm not super familiar with Yeet Street Discs shop. I live in Charlotte, which is, you know, maybe 3 hours away from Raleigh, and I've never been over to their shop, but they reached out to me on Instagram and they said, hey, we'd love it for you to review our discs on your YouTube channel. And I said, that's great. I'm doing 31 videos through December, and I'll be happy to review the Petra for you guys. And yeah, my first impression is honestly, it's a better version of a Hex. And I also am a big fan of having the same mold in multiple different plastics. So Yeet Street Discs gets another huge kind of round of bonus points for me. It's so much easier to properly review a disc and give you guys an idea of what that disc is like when I have it in all the different plastics. So when I have the disc in all the different plastics, I can give you guys a much more comprehensive and full review of, again, what all the plastics fly like, because we all know at this point, different runs, different plastics, different blends, all seem to fly differently. I'm feeling pretty fortunate today. It's been absolutely pouring all day long, and the rain has not stopped. It's still kind of maybe slightly drizzling on and off, but it's like that kind of misty drizzle that you guys probably can't even see on the camera. But anyway, feeling pretty fortunate that I'm able to come out and play, at least get a few shots out there today and show you guys what this new disc is all about. And yeah, it just feels good to have a little break in the rain, get some fresh air. But again, show you guys what the side profile looks like just one more time, and then I'll throw all 4 discs again. It's definitely not a rock. It's definitely beadless. It's Buzz-ish, but I don't know. To me, it just feels more like a Truth. I could be wrong, but just that nice, stable, but not overstable flight that you want in your workhorse mid-range. Let's throw this guy on a slight ante. Definitely wants to hold that turn for a little bit, but then still really kind of just wants to come out of it and be stable. But you could see how straight it wanted to go. Seems to be one of those discs, no matter how you throw it, the flight path is essentially dead straight. The harder you throw it, obviously, the straighter it's going to fly. And it seems to be these see-through blends are more stable than the non-see-through blends. We'll go with another ante here. I'll give it a little bit more height. I love that flight though, because they're not too fadey to where I feel like I'm going to skip off the fairway. I think it's really important that your workhorse mid-range is something that you truly have command over on multiple different lines. The mid-range and fairway drivers are my favorite 2 slots to throw right now. And this is right up there for actually something that might make my bag. This thing flies absolutely incredible. And I like both blends. The see-through ones are definitely a tick more stable. All right, let's dry everything off and we'll throw them all one last time. But my current thoughts on the Petra is it's honestly incredible. This is a disc that I'm gonna put into my bag right alongside probably my Pia Waka Waka. These are gonna be just a little bit more stable than the Pia Waka Waka. And then the see-through champion type plastic ones are gonna be a lot more stable. And between both blends of this disc and the Pia Waka Waka, which is gonna have a little bit more easy turn to it, or even like my Meteor, I've been really liking the Meteor for a while now. Any of those flippy mid-ranges will pair super awesome with a mid-range like this. And if you're someone who likes the Truth or the Buzz and you want to try something new, try something that, you know, people may not have their hands on yet, people may not have discovered, Petra is a really, really sweet option. I do like how when you put it out on hyzer, it's just going to stay on hyzer. But when you put it flat and straight, it stays flat and straight. A little bit more power, a little more height. You can see on the ante, just wants to hold that ante. It's a very point and shoot disc. There it is. That went really far. If I throw it straight, it pretty much goes straight. If I throw it on hyzer, it stays on hyzer. When it comes to your workhorse mid-range, I'm not really sure what more you could ask for out of a disc. And I've gotten a ton of new releases lately, and some have been very impressed with, and some have been very not impressed with. And I think with so many brands coming out with so many discs, it's hard to learn to trust a new brand because sometimes you get a disc and it's not what you expected. This is one of those discs where you kind of know what you're going to get. If the hex is a little bit too stable for you, like I know it is for me, a little too dumpy for what I was planning on, I think this is honestly a better option for most players. I think both plastic blends feel really good. What I really love and what I think is super notable is they're grippy. And a lot of discs that are grippy are too bendy. They feel grippy in the hand, but they're also stiff. So you get that nice kind of stiff, old school Innova style feel with that nice sort of grippy and tackiness to it. And I think that leaves you with a disc that you can really rip on and get a nice, full, confident release out of the disc. So again, I'm very happy with the disc. I'm gonna bag probably the red one just because it looks sweet, and then one of the non-see-through ones. And this is a disc I'm excited to continue to play with. All right, guys, I think the Petra is an absolute winner. I'm super happy. The side profile looks incredible. Feels really solid in the hand. The plastics are of the highest quality. Obviously, anything produced by MVP/Streamline is going to be, you know, quality tested. Each and every disc is going to be perfect. They feel awesome, and I think they're going to see a lot of success with this disc. So I definitely suggest getting in early, getting one of these first runs as soon as possible. I think the stamp and the artwork is super sick actually. And they have a lot of different foil options. I like these very subtle like gradient foils that kind of fade from like blue to yellow, yellow to blue, like that OG Innova Cool Sunset foil kind of vibe. I really like those kinds of foils, and it looks like that's the kind of foil that we're getting on these guys. So overall, I mean, I can't really say anything bad about the disc. It does what it's supposed to do, feels great, flies great, has cool artwork, and it's produced by a very good company in Streamline discs. So anyway, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys in the next video, and take care.